Hello, and welcome to taking us. Hello.
Um, hello. I'm still a nutcracker, I see.
Yes, you are still a Nutcracker. And Matt is still a Santa Claus. Hello, I am Michael, our host and DM for our little Dungeons and Dragons game. And with me today, as you already heard, we have Calli, who of course plays Kashana the Nutcracker.
I crack them nuts.
And we have Matt, who plays Zintris the Santa Claus.
Well, I do give things out that I find.
Yeah, you're definitely the gift-giving type. You go around every night and put gifts underneath everybody's pillows, and you take their teeth. I'm pretty sure that's how Santa Claus works.
No, he delivers the eggs.
Oh, he's the egg guy.
Yeah, eggs.
Oh, that makes sense.
He comes into your house and just shits all over your lawn.
All while yelling trick or treat.
Yeah. Okay, now I understand. Thank you for clearing that up. If you two could clear up something else for me, though, I would like to know that what happens when Kashana and Zintris go to an inn and they only have a room with one bed.
Same shit that we do when we have multiple rooms and we all decide to just have one room. We make mega bed.
Well, there's only one bed.
No, we get another bed.
There are no other available beds.
I steal a bed.
People are sleeping in those beds.
Kashana's the one who actually needs to sleep, so...
You're right. Kashana does need to sleep.
Zin will just meditate in a corner.
Yeah. We have someone who needs to sleep and can't dream, and someone who doesn't need to sleep and can dream.
Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. If only you two could switch those somehow. Alas, that is not how the world works. The world works in cruel and mysterious ways. Speaking of mysterious, I wanted to ask you, Calli, since you were the main contributor to it, what your thoughts on Kat and Kate and the cups on a stick. What were your thoughts on that?
How was I the main contributor?
You were talking to them a lot, and you bought a lot of the cups on the stick.
I guess that's true.
Actually, I think you bought all of the cups on a stick.
I don't think that was just me, though. That was the group.
I think Laura bought at least one.
Yep. I mean, I love them. Was it what I expected? No.
What were you expecting?
Not the terror of twins.
So you didn't expect twins to show up.
Nope.
And of course, that's the most terrifying thing of all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Worse than you know, just anything else. Twins.
Worse than the blight.
Come play with us.
Worse than necromancers. Worse than rock slides. The twins are the worst thing to happen to the party.
Pretty much.
Fair. Okay. What made you decide to buy the cups on a stick?
Lore.
Because Lore wanted one.
No, just for the lore.
Just for lore?
Just for the lore.
Oh, the lore, to find out why they had cups on sticks.
Yeah.
Or like to entice them into talking about
cups on sticks.
Yeah. The most important item. You're gonna get to the big bad end game, who may or may not be a party member. And somehow
we have
the
to
cups
fight
on
Onates. I could see it happening.
No, that was a little joke for Mel, because Mel sent me a tweet that just said, scare your party, tell them what the big bad endgame's New Year's resolution is. And I was like, oh, okay, let me ask Velky.
Well, damn.
And that I think that actively scared Mel a bit. So I actually succeeded in what the tweet said. But I don't know. Maybe it's Onates. Maybe it's Kashana. I think
it's definitely me.
I definitely think depending on what your outlook on the world is, it could very well be Kashana.
What if it was just the party? Can you imagine a D&D game where you think you're the good guys and you play the whole way through, and at the end, you were really the bad guy?
That I would love that. That would be so fun.
Seen a tweet to that effect.
What if you ran 2 D&D games, right? 2 different parties, separate groups, and then you made them face off like that?
That'd be neat. You need a lot of people, though.
Yeah, so that's what the internet is for.
Yeah, you're right. That is what the internet is for. If I had more friends, maybe I would do that.
Hard being alone.
Yeah. As it stands, as it stands, basically all my friends are already in the game. I have asked some people if they'd want to guest, and no one seems to be like dead set on wanting to guest. So you know.
Coward.
Can't imagine why. Well, let's continue from that one then. Did Kashana buy any books?
Nope.
No, she didn't.
Nope.
Why
Missed
not?
out on that fucking opportunity. Why not?
Yeah.
I was too busy doing other shit. Like
Claire.
What was I doing? Oh, I bought everybody clothes.
That was, well, yes, you did do that, but the books, I mean, like back in, sorry, we're back in time, but back in Pinecrest, where everyone decided to buy an entire library for me to figure out what's inside of.
Can we just talk about how Michael is like, hey, let's have Calli on, and Calli never remembers any of the sessions. I show up and then my brain reinserts the disc of like what happened last time as we play.
It's loading the memory card.
Yeah, I'm not loaded yet. Ask Matt a question.
Okay.
You say that like I remember shit either.
Alrighty, Matt. If that's how it's going to be. How did it feel getting the killing blow on the big bad blight?
Pretty good, because that meant we stopped getting our asses kicked.
One of the few times you actually managed to land a hit, and it thankfully is the one that does it in. I don't know why your dice hate you so much.
We talked about this. I don't remember if we talked to Matt about this. But Matt, I love you dearly. I care for you. I think it's how you roll your dice.
I mean, it's possible. I remember Mel mentioned something about that when I was up there visiting, and I've tried changing it since then, but it doesn't seem to have.
What we need to get you is a dice tower.
I was gonna say we should get him a Yahtzee cup. You know, like how Yahtzee has that like little tumbler cup, and you just put them in there, and you go.
Yeah, maybe a cup or a dice tower, I think, could do you some good.
Mm-hmm. Well, like when we started the game, the dice were okay.
You tend to do better when you're doing like sneaky stuff, just not combat. Combat seems to be just a rough spot for your dice. I don't know why. Because like when you guys, when you, Keiku, and Anates infiltrated Wilk's Lord House, you managed to succeed in doing all that perfectly fine. It's just when you have to fight, your rapier and crossbow just can't seem to hit.
Yeah.
So
he has performance anxiety.
Except for when he's like actually performing his like actual duties as the rogue.
When he's doing anything else.
Yeah, like Mel says, it's like when Matt rolls his initiative and it's always on top of the chart.
Yeah.
You get you're first in line to do things, but you just miss. You fire and then you miss. And then you fire again and you miss again. And it's never like close. It's always really low. It's weird. I don't know why. But I hope you enjoyed getting the killing blow on the Valky Terminator.
Yeah. Whatever reason, I tend to roll like 6s and 7s in combat.
That's weird. That's really weird. Yeah, let's get you a dice tower. When's your birthday again?
October.
Oh man, that's a long ways away. We'll have like 3 sessions by then.
We can save for a decent fucking dice tower.
We'll have at least 3 games. You'll maybe be level 5.
No.
Maybe.
The day we see level 5 is the day that I switch characters again.
Oh no! You can't do that.
New level, different character.
The game's long enough, you probably could get away with a new character every level.
Every level I get a new character.
I would just have to make sure that in that arc you get everything done with that character you want.
Maybe that's what Travis's gimmick is this campaign.
Yeah, new character every arc. Though I would be very sad if you decide to leave after level 5, since we would then, like, after this arc, we have the opportunity to go visit your mom. Yeah, Mel says that you're not allowed, or that she wouldn't be allowed to get attached to anything if you do that.
The problem is that I would make a character that everybody gets attached to for different reasons. Like Keiku, everybody loved, and like then I took her away. I was like,
Yeah.
no. Now I put Kashrana, and now everybody loves her for a different reason, and then I take her away.
That's when you
I can't help it, Mel. I get bored.
I hope you're not getting bored of Kashana, because boy, do you get up to a lot of things with Kashana.
I'm not bored with Kashrana. I'm overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. There's too much now. You've gone from Keiku, who wasn't doing enough, to Kashana, who's doing too much.
Too many things.
I mean, that's not a problem to have in D&D. All right.
Considering
Well-
I probably miss a couple of opportunities for more shenanigans on my end.
Yeah, speaking of shenanigans on your end, Zintris decided it's finally time for him to actually, like, be a criminal again. It's been a while, and I mean, his first, well, not his first, but his last criminalness was just delivering a letter, which isn't super criminally.
No, because he didn't do anything criminally about it. He didn't
No.
even peek.
But I mean, you don't know what the results of handing that letter off were. Maybe high-end criminal stuff is happening in the background now. Just not with Zintris. You don't know. No one knows what was in that letter.
We're going to come back to Ardent Path, and it's going to be an entire casino town.
It'll be like that one town wall market in Final Fantasy VII. Just lights everywhere. Tons of criminal stuff all the time. Voidwalker is dead. Who knows?
I have a question for Matt. What made you want to do criminal things now?
Because I had about my side quest stuff in a while. It's like, well, we're in a new town, so...
New province, too. Well...
Like, I thought about it briefly in Pinecrest, and then just we got all caught up with everything else. I never thought to do it.
Was there a reason you didn't, like, continue pursuing after the guy that sold the ferret?
Just because, like, I don't know, maybe it was perfectly legal.
I mean,
So now, wait, was that a Matt thought, or was that a Zintris thought? Was Zintris, like, perfectly legal, or was that Matt being like, nah?
No, that's just like, well, we uncovered it, but was he technically doing anything wrong?
I mean, technically. Do you know how confused the ferret probably is?
Yeah.
Thankfully, animals don't have that much intelligence.
Wow. Are you... Wait till Jer hears about this.
I mean, Laura is currently trying to train said ferret to varying degrees.
Mm-hmm. With varying success.
And I mean, Onates did talk to the ferret, and the ferret's like, I was something before.
I existed.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking that Zintris might have been interested in trying to steal some of those scrolls.
Okay, Zintris is literally the weirdest fucking, like, rogue I've ever fucking seen. Like, you have such a high moral, like, fucking standard, and yet... And yet you're like, let me steal some things, but don't let me steal nothing. Here, let me be a criminal, but don't
Zintris
be a criminal.
seems more to be like the Robin Hood kind of thing.
Yeah, are you Robin Hood?
He kind of has this vendetta against the nobles and seems to only care about taking them down a peg or two. Which is fair.
The background, yes.
Yeah, like totally fair and viable. I'm gonna keep that in mind going forward, and that's also a little bit why I'm just like, yeah, no, the Lord here's a dick. He's a fucking ass. Everyone here hates him. Also because, you know, high-end political people tend to be kind of jerks.
So, Michael, you have found the secret ingredient now to get Zintrus to do things that you would wish for.
I mean, hey, it's a very easy way to get in, like, get the party to interact with the highbrows.
Yeah, because, you know, we're really good with high society.
I mean, you're not dead.
Not outside, but maybe inside.
Highbrows. Yeah. Are you dead inside? Is Kashana dead inside?
I'm holding a dead memory inside, at least.
I feel like that makes you more alive.
I feel like that makes me more dead inside.
I think mechanically, it 100% makes you more alive.
I feel like God should shut up.
Because you actively have a one-up. Like that scene in Scott Pilgrim.
I thought about this, is that if I was to die, I would fight you on it.
You would fight me on it?
No. I would fight you on what happened to Thander. Is that his name again?
Tander.
I'll get it one day, okay? I don't have my notes.
Tander computer whiz kid.
But I feel like I would fight you on it. I would be like, no, God, you can't take me. You have to, like, you can't take him. You gotta take me.
You gotta take Kashana instead.
Yeah.
Oedicus would be very sad.
Oedicus would just have a new pupil.
You think Tander would?
Tander would definitely avenge Kashana's death.
Tander would probably also be very confused upon waking up.
Yeah. Like, centuries later, be in a woman's body.
Listen, it's an upgrade. Y'all can't tell me that if you like had this situation happen, y'all wouldn't be like, yes, I'm good.
I mean, at that point, it's like, well, I'm alive.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I had a choice, I would probably choose something else, honestly.
A ferret.
Yeah, like, if I were going to come back, I would like to do that time I got reincarnated as a ferret.
I'm pretty sure that's Jer's dream.
Probably. They want to be a ferret.
They want to be a ferret.
But let's bring it back over to you there, Kashana.
Oh, fuck.
You did some puzzle box.
I did. I'm super smart.
You are super smart. You are tied for most educated between 3 people here.
Who? Probably Onates.
Yeah. Onates, super well educated since his time waking up.
No, because here's the thing. He probably thinks he is, so that makes his intelligence higher.
Technically speaking, you've been to actual school. Velky has gone to
preschool,
Catholic school. And Zintrus has been homeschooled. Or high academy schooled. I don't think it was like a boarding school, but he has at least had some decent schooling, though that was probably 30 years ago? 20 years ago?
Well, Zin is 40.
Yeah. But either way.
I think Laura would have had some kind of schooling considering his parents.
Well... I don't know, actually. I'm gonna have to talk to Jared about that. Probably basic schooling, but like Kashana went to university.
I did.
For a short time.
And then I dropped out.
And Velky took the advanced placement courses and graduated with high honors faster than anyone else.
Sounds like a Mel thing to do.
Yeah. But yeah, so but you are intelligent. Kashana is intelligent. So you did pretty decent on that
on the
puzzle box.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about the voice in your head from it? If you don't remember the shortened words were, "It's too dangerous, Mark, and I do not care of the price, Eve."
Yeah, it seemed to be like a memory.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Kind of curious if it was meant to be imbued in there. Like, this is a memory. Oh, fuck. Is this a memory box? Maybe this is holding somebody and we get memory things.
This, I wasn't expecting it, but this entire campaign has been very memory based.
I hope you remember this, because I don't.
Got it memorized.
Very memory and parent based.
Yeah. Amnesia, memories, soul memories. Though when I first made the campaign, I was not expecting people to drink the blight juice.
Yeah, well, you should expect the unexpected from your group.
You're right. I learned a lot from card captors. I should have expected that.
We honestly am just chaos all the time, and therefore you should expect every scenario of possible screw over God.
Yeah. Of which includes altering a spell.
Can't we talk about Zen some more?
We can get back to Zen in a minute. I'm just going through my notes for the last session, for session 32.
Yep.
I had the ring of Grammara or whatever.
And we'll talk more about like general stuff, but I wanted to hit these notes here. You altered a spell.
Yes, it did.
How? Now then, I don't know if that would have been taught in school as a possibility. Personally speaking, like spells get created all the time, right? Like, like
I
wizards,
feel like it would be more of the thought process of how to create a spell rather than modification of a spell.
Yeah. And I'm not going to say you can now cast Silent Shatter because that's an oxymoron in a way.
Yeah.
But I do think there is probably some precedent for the idea of being able to alter spells with the right know-how. You, however, have a patron deity who is a god that has more power than, say, a wizard who is trying to take some leaves and sticks and make things happen with them.
See, that's where I feel like the difference is it wasn't like Kashana went and wrote down the spell and said, oh, here, let me change the hand motion or the verbal component to this, or let's add in a pile of bat guano for me to do this differently.
She just prayed for it.
Yeah, I just prayed real good.
Spell.
You did pray really good. Do you think you're going to end up using that possibility in the future?
I would definitely try again.
I do think so. As much as Silent Shatter is an oxymoron, obviously you did see some effect to it, where it was all silent, but you did send the
sound wave without the sound.
Yeah, I definitely see like some sneaking capabilities in that. It's just if you mess up, it's like, hey, here we are.
You would assume that I would care.
You know what? You might at some point. I feel like Kashana would at some point realize she can get more flies with honey than with vinegar, and that being silent in a situation where you're trying to be silent could lead to more benefits.
I feel like there will be a point where Kashana's like, here's the spell that I got modified. Let me try and do this. This might end poorly.
Yeah.
But she would also then is the kind of person that would have that consideration and weigh the odds and still go with it because the payoff may be better than the consequence.
And that's fair. Like my first thought was if you're like doing a stealth section through something and it's like, well, Shatter does a lot of damage. I could like blow a hole in this wall or take a guard out in one fell swoop. It's just there's the possibility we're going to be heard, but if it's silent and goes off without a hitch, it's going to be perfect. Can
we just hold on for a minute? Let me just talk to you about this. You said if we ever stealth. Do we ever stealth? I don't think we've stealthed once.
Kashana hasn't.
Nope.
Keiko has.
Keiko has. But that's not Kashana.
Did Keiko really stealth though.
Anatason, Zintrus stealth through the house, and Keiko found books.
Let me just take these
And
things.
tried to steal the chest of money.
Oh yes, you're right. Kashana did stealth in Morganwald to sneak through
jeez.
the city.
I feel like that is one
And
time.
out of the inn. Oh man, imagine silent shatter in the inn. Just take out that person.
Listen, Mel, I got the like fucking memory of a fucking sloth over here, okay?
Also, Morganwald was, what, half a year ago?
Yeah, it was
Oh.
also a shit show.
It wasn't half a year ago. I don't think. When's Rose's birthday?
September.
Oh shit.
That's how
So,
slow
like,
we
August,
are.
September.
See, that's why I was saying maybe do more games, but I understand that not everyone can do more games.
It's just we're so RP heavy.
Man, 2 cities ago was September. Oh my god.
That was the very end when I came up for the visit, so...
Yeah.
We're gonna be
So that
like
was,
in our
like,
fucking.
August.
We're gonna be in our fucking 60s by the time this fucking campaign's over.
No, we need to do more. We need to go faster than that. I have another campaign planned.
That we play that in our 60s to our 80s or until someone dies.
I have at least.
Wait,
We have to do at least 4 campaigns.
you die in real life, your character dies in the campaign.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it too. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy the
Yeah.
heavy RP and everything. It's very anticipating where I'm just like, I have stuff planned. I want to get to it.
We have to have like a time where everyone just takes time off. Like take 2-3 days off and we just do like
3
back to
days
back.
a game.
Yeah, 3 days a game.
Oh.
I feel like that'd be best, like, when I come up again.
Yeah.
Like
We
I'm
just drag Rose down.
gonna be taking time off again in the summer, so I guess
I'm not giving you my week off for D&D.
you just said book time off.
Not for 3 days. Okay, because here's my plan. Is I'm going to take time off for school and then I'm going to take a week off in the summer. I'm not giving you my week off to play D&D for half of it.
I don't understand then why you're like everyone needs to book time off, and then you saying you're not going to use your book time off.
At least not my vacation time. I'll use regular time.
Okay. Well, I don't get those, so I'm gonna have to use my book time off. Yeah.
Specifically trying to save a whole bunch of PTO for this year.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, no, I would definitely enjoy a week of D&D. I would love to do that.
I have an idea. Okay, it is a great idea. So we have Matt come up. We have Rose come down, right? And we fucking bring my mattress up and we move your mattress from your room into the living room and we make mega bed. We literally become the characters.
I hear ya.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who just flipped that mattress around,
I don't care.
are you gonna move it?
I have to move it with you anyway.
I
was
mean, you
gonna
said that, like, when we do this, there'd be, like, 6 people around?
I will buy many air mattresses.
Oh my. Okay.
All the
Whatever
air
you want to do, man.
mattresses.
Either way, I
Make
love the
actual
idea.
mega bed. Fair. Is that kind of your plan for the rest of the campaign? Is everyone just gets mega bed?
I don't think we ever stopped doing mega bed.
Well, no. I mean, you did mega bed and then had a actual campsite and now did mega bed again.
Well, that's because Velky and Anates needed some alone time.
Right. Do Kashana and Lore not need alone time?
We don't mind if people watch.
Can we quote Jer on that one?
Somebody get chair.
Whereas Zin's fine just being on his own.
Zin just gets dragged around
Zin will
with
just
Laura and
meditate in
Kashana.
a corner.
How does Zin feel about being dragged around with the two of us?
When you say the two of us, you mean the two couples, or you and Lore?
You know what? Answer both. I'm curious now.
Well, Kashana and Lore, that's becoming fun. Just being dragged around by the couples, he just still sees it as the party.
That's fair. It's not like we're overly affectionate.
We talked about it for a second there, and we're gonna get back to the puzzle box. But I actually had a quick question, Matt. How does Zin meditate? Does he do like the classic like crossed legs pose? Does he just kind of lean up against stuff, or does he meditate while lying on the ground like he's trying to get into a sensory deprivation tank?
Probably just depends on the actual sleeping arrangement. Like, when we're out camping, yeah, probably lying down.
Fair. Okay.
I kind of just imagine him starfished on the floor, looking up into space, just contemplating his existence.
Do you think he can sleep with his eyes open? Or meditate with his eyes open?
Probably.
Cool.
I think it actually says on the thing. Let me get into my sheet for a second. Where is it? Scan. Where the hell is it? Okay, I think it'd be under features and traits, but class features, there we go. Or no, racial traits, that's what I want. Trans. Subconsciously, you can dream after fashion. Well, it doesn't say whether I do it with eyes open or closed.
It's a choice.
Yeah. Just says meditate semi-consciously, so...
You could be semi-conscious with your eyes open.
Yeah.
So, I want to get back to it now then. You kind of had the thought there that maybe there's someone in the box. Is that your final, or is that your current guess, or do you have a different guess on what's in the box?
I'm feeling like it's either that what we're receiving is memory or is somebody in the box. Like some sort of consciousness.
You think there's a person somehow, or like some semblance of a person in the box?
Maybe, yeah.
Fair. Okay. What do you hope is in the box?
Somebody in the box.
Somebody in the box. Matt, do you have any hopes for what's in the box?
Not really.
That would just be fun, because then it'd be like we have another party member.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
our party's fairy.
basically my character. It's Schrodinger's cat. There's a cat in the box. A cat in the hat.
With green eggs and ham.
Yep. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. So anyway, that's basically more or less everything that went on in that session. So let's take a look at the art.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, bum. We got the good tieflings.
The boys.
The boys. Tiefling 1 and Tiefling 2.
Why are we Dr. Seussing this shit?
I don't know. Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Okay.
You can guess which one's which.
I'd rather not.
I do love this sketchy kind of style. I'm glad Mel does different things every time.
Yeah.
It just shows her diversity as an artist.
Mm-hmm. I really love how happy they look talking together.
Yeah. Some joy.
I also like getting to see them side by side so you can just see how different their horns are.
Mm-hmm. Just how different you can make the even if you have the same race in your party, they can look so exponentially different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really well done. I love it. I love this style. It'll stand out when put up beside all the others. So
It'll look really good on a sticker.
And the session number is pretty easy, but fits very well for where it is.
Yeah, I enjoy that a lot. I love that.
So thank you, Mel, for this incredible gift. And can't wait to see the next one. Before we move on to the next session, is there any questions y'all have for me?
So here's my question. When I was like, here, let me do this with Shatter. What did you have other things in mind for what could happen?
Like if you fail that roll?
Just in general, like if I failed it, if if you had other things.
Yeah. I mean, to me personally, there's 3 options. 1, nothing happens. 2, what you want happens. 3, it gets worse. So basically, like, because you're like, I want to make it quiet. I'm like, okay, we'll roll. If it's a meh roll, it's like, okay, well, you just cast Shatter. So you just cast Shatter, and the negative implications of that. You roll really well. Sure, things go super silent, and it works. The other option is it gets really, really, really loud and actively detrimental to all of y'all's hearing.
We I can just make everybody fucking like injured at this point.
Yeah, everyone is now half deaf. So you got Velky, who's half blind and half deaf. A lot of the party members also have really big ears. I don't know if half elves and tieflings actively have better hearing with their big ears, but I mean, it definitely can't help. This was also me watching you do this, fully knowing a battle's about to come. And I'm just like, oh my god, y'all are gonna die.
We didn't, though.
You didn't.
We didn't.
Shauna had no spell slots. Shauna had no spell slots. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, this is something.
No further questions, Your Honor.
No further questions? Okay. The prosecution rests.
Yeah. Defense Attorney Matt, do you have any questions?
Defense, you have the podium.
No, I'm good.
Okay. It can be dumb questions too.
Like, I mean, mine was a dumb question.
I'm just not that good at coming up with them.
That's
yeah, I know, it's
fair.
really hard.
Questions are hard.
Questions are hard. Why am I doing this?
I don't know.
All right. Okay.
Here's
so
a question. Why are you doing this?
Because I love talking about D&D and I like getting your guys' insights into things. And it's
You
easy
think
to
I can
do that.
see? It's a joke.
No, you can't see. You can't perceive.
I can't. -1.
Mel says she has dumb questions. Your question was perfectly acceptable. Mel can speak for me on this one. I agree. I would like to note that the final note I had, so my notes for that session were pretty sparse because there's a lot of roleplay. But for the last page, I put Kashana, Onates, Velky race, tie between Velky and Onates. Kashana altered a spell. Bad fight.
Yeah, the fight.
So, well, bad fight. Bad fight.
Bad fight.
Session 33 started off with Onatace getting a pretty powerful memory. Or whatever that may be. What he did get confronted by you, Kashana. What made Kashana be the one to decide to be like, hey, Onatace, what the fuck?
I think Kashana's just becoming more aware of the party's feelings. And she knew going to like their next destination would be very important to have the party feel more cohesive, to make sure everyone was kind of feeling good. And she was also already kind of aware of how Onatace may be feeling a little bit off because of the fight with the Blight and it kind of being targeted towards Thelke.
Fair. No, I'm really glad that Kashana was the one to go and confront him and get him to talk to everyone, because it's really nice to have characters that are usually kind of like at odds with one another be the ones to like actually come together in situations like that. It reminds me of Critical Role, that Bo and Caleb kind of fought a lot but then kind of ended up being like the best friends. So that's it's always fun to see that dynamic come into play. What were Calli's and Matt's thoughts on the little sequence I came up with?
Well, Matt, you go first.
I was surprised we actually got to hear it at first.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. I did talk to Rose a bit ahead of time if she wanted the rest of that stuff to be in private or not, and she said no. But also, I thought it kind of would really set a tone for the session.
It definitely did.
To basically be like, okay, everybody mute. Here's a thing that's going down.
It was also a nice twist to the whisper thing, because sometimes it can get like kind of like, oh, okay, well, now we can talk about shit in about whatever's going on over there. Hope they're not dead. Where the leftover people are just stuck to wonder. This time, like with how you guys did it, it was kind of, we got to see things and gave us more time to then interpret and process.
Yeah. Literally throw you. It's like you're gonna experience this one. No. And I hope everyone enjoyed it.
I did.
Oh yeah.
Good. There's gonna be more eventually.
I mean, I'm sure somebody will drink more Blight juice and we can experience that. Looks at Lore and Kashana.
How many souls do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink?
Would it be pink or would it be like, because what color is Blight? I always imagine it as purple.
Oh yeah, the Blight's like blackish purple.
Okay, well,
black.
Would you become purple or pink?
I don't know. Maybe it depends on the soul. Does every soul have its own color?
I mean, maybe. You just become a rainbow.
It's that thing that happens when you're creating a character in a video game and they give you the color slider and you just constantly shift it back and forth and it's just like constant color change.
Yep.
So yeah, I was thinking of Psychonauts. Your soul's the same color as your psychic aura.
I was just going to say we're a kaleidoscope.
There was another tabletop RPG game I was listening to where the character had a hat that changed color based off his mood, which was really funny.
Can you imagine you devoured so many souls that they started to like be a part of your emotions, so each one would kind of have more presence.
Oh,
depending
Inside
on
Out.
how, like, yeah, kind of like that, but like So, like, if Kashana drank, like, 6 bottles of juice, had 6 different souls, and one of them was, like, this angry guy, and one, like, yeah, kind of like that. And then, like, if she felt angry, then, like, her belly would be, like, red.
Her belly would be red?
Yeah, like a red soul. I'm imagining them in color.
Yeah, right. I just like that it's her belly that turns red when she's angry.
What do you want, her face?
Yeah, like people usually get red in the face when they're angry.
Not Kashana.
Or like red ears or something. No,
No.
that's more like embarrassment.
Probably it would be her eyes.
Oh, well then no one would know.
No one would know.
No one would.
Nobody would know. No
one has to know.
I'm very glad y'all enjoyed the little sequence of events that happened at the beginning. I was not expecting it to be this session, gonna be honest. But it ended up, that's just how fate is sometimes. That's how the roll of the dice goes.
Yep, that indie.
Do you think Kashana's shatter before had stopped this from happening earlier? Like Onates thinks?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if it was going to happen, it was going to happen anyway.
Right. Does Kashana think that maybe it did?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, now that I'm looking at my notes here, this session 33 was a very Kashana heavy session.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Zin.
We'll get to Zin eventually as I go through these notes. You convinced Curly to come watch you play.
I did.
Yeah. You like Curly?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Did you enjoy your tumble?
No, I did not.
No, you did not.
No, I did not.
Are you gonna watch
I literally was not. Literally, I somersaulted my dumbass in there, being like, and I somersaulted down the fucking stairs.
Curly said, "Watch the first step," and you're like, "Nope."
I didn't think he meant it.
And you had a terrible tumble.
I did. Fuck this place.
No, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Fuck you. I know where you sleep.
Yeah, as we heard today. What made you decide to go get team uniforms kind of things?
Who are you talking about, me or Kashana? Bless you.
Both.
Me? Because I think that would be a fucking hilarious thing. And I thought it was super cute. For Kashana, I think for her it's the fun.
Right.
For her, it's really fun to play along with these things. Kind of like at the concert, how she signed them up. It was the experience of, this is something really fun and really out there and a new experience to have. Let's do it. Who cares what the outcome is? Let's just go do it.
Right.
So for her, it's like, how do I increase the experience?
Hopefully you guys don't lose in the first round then.
She would be very sad she spent that much money just for us to lose.
I mean, I guess, like, since it's the court and your party can still be called the court, even if you lose at Thunderball, like, that doesn't stop your party from being that.
We stop fucking exploring and being adventurers, and we become a Thunderball team.
That would be so funny if the entire party just decided to retire from adventuring to play sports. We have to make a new party because the court has just become full Thunderball people. Everyone said backstories be damned. This is us now. Well,
I could see us doing it, honestly.
A part of me hopes you enjoy the game enough that it's...
I can't wait to suck at it.
Yes, I am so sorry, Kashana.
Yeah, fuck you.
Unfortunately, your stats
I'm not strong. I'm not dexterous.
I'll pull up my notes for it because I made a cheat sheet for everybody.
I'm going to definitely have charm person on at all times.
Smart.
And fucking shatter to displace everybody from their feet.
Oh yeah, no, Kashana's got the worst stats for throwing.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the same movement.
I pull a fucking princess kitty paws and I just fucking distract the crowd. If they're not looking,
You can throw that ball 10 feet.
Great.
15 inaccurately.
Woo. Can't wait to learn how to play this fucking game.
It's very simple.
Oh, great.
It's got someone's favorite spell involved.
Is it Thunderclap?
Not Thunderclap.
Listen, they're all the same. It has thunder in the name.
Yeah. So
Go on with your
if Onatace has been getting tired of something, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh well, too bad for Onatace.
I don't know how it tastes.
But you got to meet the other teams. Do you remember the team names, either of you?
Itty bitties. That's all I remember.
the words Masons.
The Masons, yep.
The magistrate.
Yep.
I have them written down, but I'm lazy.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you remember them off the top of your head.
Yeah, that's it.
You
Yeah,
got,
that's about all I remember.
you got Tor Delta versus the Myrmidons.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Court versus the Idanos. That's your first
Right.
team you're
Yep,
going
yep.
up against.
Yep.
The Masons going up against the Electrocutioners. And the Eve Magistrate versus the Itty Bitty Kitties.
I hope the itty bitty kitties win. I believe in Captain Lily.
You believe in Captain Lily?
I got to. She's a girl.
If you guys don't win, who do you want to have win?
The itty bitties.
The Itty Bitties.
I want the Masons to, like, shock everyone and take it.
Yeah.
I will say I have already rolled for all the other games.
So you know.
I know what happens.
Fuck.
And I'm really happy that I rolled for this because I don't think I could have narratively made this more fun on purpose.
That's concerning.
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't roll to see who wins between you and the Idanos. Obviously. That would be foolish. And against the rules.
You've just rolled for every outcome.
Yeah. Yep, I rolled for all the other outcomes. So, I can't wait for you guys to get there in February.
Mm-hmm. March. April at the latest.
Yeah. Or you guys get knocked down in the first round and decide, fuck this, we're gonna go steal it from that one guy.
That sounds about right, honestly.
Or maybe the Lord even could. I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know either, Michael.
Yeah,
We
I don't know.
we just go along with it.
Literally the team you're going up against. I don't know.
No.
So, what is Zintrus's plan of attack on stealing these jewels?
Well, entirely sure yet. Like, that's partially why I want to kind of scout a bit while we actually visit the Lord.
Right. I mean, that makes sense to do.
But initially I'm thinking, like, climbing over the back wall and finding a way in from there.
Right. I mean, fancy houses tend to have lots of fancy entrances.
And as I think I said during the session, I want to save Misty Step for, like, a quick escape if I need it.
Yeah, it's a very quick escape, isn't it?
Yep.
Just
Like
run
this-
to a window, look out it, and poof.
Ingably.
Poof, 30 feet.
Yep.
30 feet, right?
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
Yeah. I think that gets you to the wall at least. Because I think I said there's like 20 feet from the wall to the building.
The window to the
So yeah, like
wall.
basically as long as you can look out a window, you're good. I guess you
Yep.
also have like vertical distance included in that, but you should be fine. As long as you're not caught.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Always while you're like going in there talking to the Lord, just like leave a window open a crack so no one notices. There's options. I mean, the fact that you're now going to be going in there early, maybe. I guess we'll see. Like, the Lord's a dick. Maybe he just doesn't let you in.
Kashana persuades.
Kashana persuades.
Kashana persuades?
Lore transforms into the person. So you have that classic, the guards let the guy in, and then, like, a minute later, he comes up again. They're like, what? Oh, guess I was just... I guess I was just seeing things. Okay, yes, come on in, sir. This is a fine group of people you've brought with you today. That'd be a very Looney Tunes-esque. Oh my god, can you imagine a Looney Tunes tabletop game?
Is that not what D&D is?
Yeah, but like you could do even more. Like, you know how Looney Tunes logic is a little weird?
I'm
Is that
sure
not-
someone has developed a system for it.
Probably.
That'd be so fun. Oh my god.
I mean, we've got Avatar coming up, Power Rangers, Transformers, Star Trek.
Transformers.
Transformers.
I think Renegade's doing a Transformers RPG
Neat.
core set.
I know there's a Pokemon one and a JoJo one.
Let's just be honest, there's something for everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of RPG systems. A lot of them are very fun. D&D is always a good mainstay. So, yeah. What made Zintris decide to bring Kashana in on the
heist?
The heist.
Kashana is very good for distraction.
So you're just using me, bastard.
He did offer you half, didn't he?
I basically offered the half. I haven't been paid yet.
Amazing.
Oh, that's what you meant. Because when you said that, I was like, oh, okay, so then you're going to get the other 100 and you'll give 50 to Kashana. So...
No, I said 100. So
Oh, I don't remember you saying 100, but okay. Fair enough. So there you go, 100 gold for Kashana.
At minimum.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if that's just for the job, who knows what else you steal, right?
Yep. We all know I got sticky fingies.
You got Zipper Man. So, yeah, I guess you could steal a lot more. I didn't even think about that.
Now, okay, I got a question though for Zinni over here. So the distraction of being that she fucks shit up a lot, or that because she can talk her way in and out of things, or both.
Or because
Both.
she's hot.
Is it because I'm hot?
because the focus will be on you and not on what I'm doing if I'm failing rolls.
See, that kind of / did not answer the question. Now, is it because that you know that I'm gonna fuck something up, and then I'm gonna have to talk my way out of it?
No, see, I'm more afraid the dice are going to decide it hates me then.
He goes to sneak, gets a natural 1.
Exactly.
Kashana's just like, don't mind him.
I figure the party is not going to be very receptive to, oh, Zin's been arrested.
Time to break out Zintris from the local sheriff.
I think our party has learned to expect everything and yet nothing.
Yeah. I mean, at some point you got to do a prison heist, right?
Prison heist. Prison. Well, I mean, eventually we must get arrested. Somebody's
Someone-
gonna hate us soon enough.
I mean,
Somebody.
we sort of did when we took out Morganwald's dungeon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there's that we're going to be playing this game for 40 years, the odds of somebody getting arrested is pretty high, I think.
Damn. You'll never take me alive, kappas.
I remember you guys having a lot of fun when you noticed some of the teams playing in the tournament are just regular people. Just straight up, just regular guys.
Just Joe Smo from across the road.
They're just a group of guys.
Couple of guys being dudes.
Except the Idanos. They're the ones that look like another... or was it the Idanos or the Myrmidons that looked like a...
I think it was the Myrmidons.
Yeah, the Myrmidons looked like an adventure party, I believe. I can't remember now suddenly.
I think it's the Myrmidons, because I'm pretty sure our group, the I don't knows, looked like they were just fucking farmers that just came out to have a good time.
It's a good time, eh?
Good time, eh?
I do have the notes. My notes aren't always the best, Mel. I'm not gonna lie. D&D is half making stuff up on the spot.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you got any more questions for us, God?
That's actually all my notes.
Jesus, is that really all we did?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
I mean,
God.
there was a lot going on with Velky at the church, but I mean... Yeah, I'm going to have to remember before next section. I guess, what were your guys' thoughts on Tori the Cleric and that whole conversation?
I don't remember.
Fair.
I
Honestly,
think I had to go to the
neither do I.
bathroom for most of that.
Okay. Yeah, art part 2. So since we're basically done all of those mainstays that we talked about there, let's look at banner for that week.
Yes. This was so good.
The killing blow about to happen. I said this to Mel before. I physically have difficulty looking at the blight.
Yeah, when I'm this tired, because I'm exhausted, my eyes cannot focus on that without going sideways.
Yeah, like, which is perfect because that's how I try to describe the blight all the time, that it's difficult to look at. Like, it just hurts and you don't want to be looking at it. And it's just, it worked out so well. And I'm kind of curious what wearing 3D glasses while looking at it would do.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
So, and we got the lightning in the background and just the storm and, yeah, the blight. So well done by Mel. When it's
just beautiful.
When she first showed me she was doing this, I was like, oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh my god. No, it's margarine. I love the colors here too.
Mm-hmm.
The lighting,
Purple,
the colors,
reds,
it's just
the
all
blues,
goodness.
The way the whole composition just kind of points towards Zintris.
Yeah.
Really making him focus him down, especially since I don't want to look at the blight, so I just keep like my eyes
looking at Zin.
Yeah, I keep
which is
trying to
so
look
good.
left and I just like, no, right.
Because I really, what I love about this piece is because it looks like the blight should be the focus point, and in a way it is, but because of its composition and because of how Mel did the blight, your eye is so drawn to Zintris for relief that it becomes that he is the main focus of the composition.
Yeah.
I must be the abnormality because I have no issues with the blight.
Oh, weird.
It's just because I'm so tired. I didn't have troubles when we played, but because I'm so tired, my eyes can't focus.
No, I legit just can't look at it. I just can't. So thank you, Mel, for probably one of the top banners. I think that's one of the top banners for me.
What is everybody's favorite banner, though?
Oh god.
Mel, or not Mel, Callie, what's yours?
Oh, I've got a couple. I think the top one for me has to be the feathers in everybody's hands. Yes, that one. Just because it has everybody in it in a different way. Like everybody's hands are there. And then you have Keiko still there, but she's gone.
Yeah.
It's
Actually,
just really powerful that way.
I have to ask this one to Mel. Mel, does Velky paint his nails? Or is his nails just that?
This is natural coloring.
Yeah.
She's got to question her life existence now. They're just dyed that way.
She knows the answer. She's just not saying, I guess.
Ah. Secret. He can't give away his beauty secrets.
For her to know and us to find out.
Velky always gets up early. Oh, he paints them. Velky gets up early, not just to cook supper or breakfast. Supper. Not just to cook breakfast, but also so he can paint his nails.
But what happens first? Does he start breakfast and then paint nails while food's cooking? Or does he paint nails
Cook
and
while
then
his paint's
cook?
drying.
Yeah, he's just blow on it. Here, let me flip this egg.
Are many eggs. Matt, what's your favorite?
Probably either episode 19s or 30s with the group shots.
Is everybody's favorite kind of maybe a group shot? I do love this group shot.
Yeah, that's 30s.
Yeah, I mean, the group shots are always really nice because it's just nice to see the party together.
Mm-hmm. This one I also love because of the watercolor effect on it.
Yeah. This was also the first time the Kingdom of Springkeep, this is what inspired the final logo for Kingdom of Springkeep.
I do love it.
Yeah. It hit me so hard to see the design. I was just like, oh my god, Mel, yes, that's what we need it to be for the official.
I think my other favorite would be the one Mel did for Kashana with the lightning effect.
Yeah, the one that's for your...
Yeah. I love this one.
Mine is actually the On a Taste with Votion.
Yeah, so peaceful. You know what this one actually reminds me of? That Studio Ghibli film, Marnie.
Oh, when Marnie was there?
Yes, that's what this one reminds me of.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I just really love getting to see one of our gods here.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that it is just so incredible. Just everything about it. Oh, we did have a moon here. Oh, that moon's no longer canon. That's okay. We didn't know back then.
We didn't know.
Also this.
Yeah, that one. They're all good for different reasons.
Yeah, I no longer have the actual... For some reason, I did not save the full GIF of regular to glitch. I just have the glitch one still. But yeah, here's Tander.
I really want this one as a sticker. I want this as a fucking poster, to be honest. Put these two bitches on my wall.
Unfortunately, I don't think the resolution will work for a poster.
I don't give a shit. Fucking make me a poster.
Yeah, it'll be very crunchy. I mean, I could. There's nothing stopping me. It'll just be
there is nothing stopping
rather
me.
crunchy.
I am excited for if we ever get to, have Mel draw out what Oedicus looks like. Because I don't think I even know what Oedicus looks like, honestly. Like,
No, you
me,
don't.
not Kashana, but Kashana would know. Kashana would have an idea, or at least a sense.
Would she?
I don't know. Would she?
I don't think so.
Okay, well.
She found the shrines, but it's not like.
It's not like he's depicted. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's not like it's not like what you saw had accurate depictions of the gods themselves. It'd probably be like a representational form, but not the actual person.
Because then I'm excited for if we ever. I'm assuming we will one day get there, where I can actually find out what Oedicus looks like.
I can
have Mel depict
guarantee it can happen in the second campaign. I can guarantee that 100% that you would be able to find out in the second campaign.
My campaign 2 character is just Oedicus.
It's still Kashana.
I have absorbed my god and become a god myself.
But I don't know if you will in this campaign or not. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
We'll wait and see. I really want like Mel to depict him though, because I feel like however he ends up looking between your brain and her brain will be.
I do have the descriptions for most of the gods in your book. Which we did get a description of Wish.
Because we wanted a bread god.
A bread god.
Great. Bakeries. Baked goods.
Oh yeah, Mel has drawn Shatir, but no one has allowed to see.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we did get to see Wish, and I do have almost all the other ones in the book. I think it's just 2 I don't have because I've kind of been busy.
So then I have a question. Have you actually thought about how Oedicus looks?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Still a mystery to you, me, and everyone else.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need to plan out all the other gods before that.
He's just a bro.
I guess technically I could just be like, he's the opposite of the one he matches in the other set.
Possibly. He's a
little clown.
He's just fucking Pennywise on a fucking unicycle, just.
Oh, okay. I forgot what his opposite is.
Yeah, he's the opposite of like Shatir. So.
No, he's not the opposite of Shatir.
Is he not?
No.
Oh no! Right, I remember now.
No. What?
There's too many gods now.
I initially only planned 10, and then because of you, we now have 20.
Sorry.
His was the opposite of the Prudence god.
Yes, I do remember that now. I remembered the list that you and I had to create Oedicus.
Yeah.
I remember we did it on a fucking sticky note.
Yeah, I still have it, and the only one I have the opposite of is Prudence.
Yeah, no, I remember us sitting down doing that, us writing out the list together, talking about each one, and me being like, that one sounds the opposite, let's go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that sticky note. Yeah, it's still here. Somehow it still sticks, even though it's changed locations.
Several times.
But no, I do hope you kind of continue reading through that book, because I want you to get to this one.
I kind of forget when I have things, so it would be okay if somebody reminds me.
And maybe this week I gotta do a lot of planning because of Thunderball, so I won't be able to get those last 2 gods down, but
you know, it would also be okay if Oedicus just like flung it at my face and said, here, can you read this today?
Read this book.
Here, do something useful.
Read this book. Do this puzzle. Steal from that man.
Suddenly, the book falls on your head.
Fucking educate
Kashana
yourself.
discovered gravity.
Amazing.
Yeah. If only gods were so clear. Yeah, if only.
Yeah, if only
Instead you
mine
just have
fucking
voices
spoke.
screaming at you, right, Mel?
I don't.
No, you just get like little guidance
I just get
sometimes.
sparkles in the air and I have to interpret it. Like fucking Elsa from Frozen, I look at the particles and I'm just like, I guess this is ice now.
Yeah.
Let it go, bitch.
Meanwhile,
Let it
Anatace
go.
has a full-on conversation with Dad.
Yeah, fuck that.
Don't worry, you can continue more stuff. I mean, Rose definitely gave me a character that was very heavy on the gods. What the fuck? I want a conversation. Yeah, I know, Mel. You'll maybe get there. I don't know.
I don't think we'll ever get there. Auticus turns out to be mute. Does not speak ever.
Yeah. I don't know. Stuff going on with Velky and his religion.
Sorry, Velk.
He's not a clown, he's a mime. Oh no, he's the worst kind of clown.
We gotta end there. There's no progressing from here. There's no getting better than that.
Oh, thank
I was
you.
going to say, meanwhile, Zin's over here going, fuck Destiny.
Fuck Destiny.
Fuck your gods, I am a god.
What did the gods ever do for me? Huh? Maybe a lot, actually. You don't know.
Who knows?
I got bored at work one day and made a full backstory for how the world was created.
Amazing.
Not that that's ever necessary for the game.
But you did it.
I sure did it. I sure did.
One day, God was sitting at his desk bored and decided, hey, I'm going to make this world.
Isn't that how it always is?
Yeah, but what happens when you have 20 plus gods?
Then it's a board meeting.
A board meeting is for sure.
Board meeting that they were bored at.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it, planet.
No, that's the app I use at work.
Fuck it, planet.
No, just Planet.
By our powers combined.
We are one whole idiot.
Looking at the whole Greek pantheon and sage nodding, yeah. I mean, it was definitely inspired by the Greek pantheon. Just instead of things like, well, I don't know, instead of normal things, you just got like gods of moon. I guess there's probably moon god and stuff, but everyone here is just kind of nature-y stuff.
Out of war.
Yeah. Or you have things like Voshan, who is god of stars and wanderer.
And father of rock people.
And father of rock people. Oh no, it's JoJo Part 8.
I had a thought.
Uh-huh.
This might be a bad thought.
Okay.
So Anatace was kind of born from this god, kind of, in a way, right? Like, kind of, maybe. But he is a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly born from this thing, right? At least this version of Anatace. Is Anatace just a kidney stone that this god just pissed out and said, fuck it, give it life?
Okay, so that's where we're going to end it here tonight, everyone. I want to thank both Calli and Matt for stopping in here and discussing this with me. We'll be back next week with our first session of Kingdom of Springpeek for 2022. And yeah, we'll see how the party handles Thunderball.
Can I just say one more thing?
Okay.
Okay. I got you, Mal. I got you with my stupid question.
It sure is a question.
Proceed.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.